And now, use your imaginations once again as you hear the music fading as we welcome to the stage Katie Sirles!
Hello. I'm doing a little vamping. Do you need me to keep on?
You're great. Awesome. Done.
Great. I'm so happy to be here. I'm happy that all of you are here. No one is happier that I'm here, though, than my mother. She's so excited that I got into stand-up because she wants to retire someday, and she thinks that stand-up comedians make money. And I was like, oh no. And she goes, when are you gonna be on Conan? And I was like, I don't know, Mom. I'm doing an open mic in a basement at like 1 o'clock sometime this week. So that should be fun. She goes, well, I told all my coworkers, all the ladies at the office, know to internet search Katie Sirles. And I was like, great. That's gonna work out well for you and for me. But yeah, I used to hate my last name because kids were really mean in school, in general, because children are monsters. But they were really mean to me, and one of their favorite things was to make fun of my last name. And it was not, like, it was rude because it was like, there's nothing I can do about it, but it was also like not creative at all, because they would take it and they were like, Sirles, what about like cereals? And I was like, what? I'm usually on board with you guys. You guys are usually pretty vicious, but this is pretty subpar. So they'd be like, cereals, bet you love your Cheerios. And I'd be like, honey nut. And they'd be like, dork. And I'd be like, oh, I should take this cereal thing in a different direction and kill them. Speaking of serial killers, are you guys on OkCupid? OkCupid feels to me like kind of like when you're not hungry, but you go to the refrigerator anyway. And you're like, oh God. And then you close it, and you walk away, and you come back like 2 minutes later, and you're like, is that gravy or pudding? Whatever, I'll eat it. You just kind of... my favorite thing about OkCupid is this question that they ask you. It's, what's the most private thing you're willing to admit? And I really wish that people would be more daring with that question, because everybody's like, I really love to watch The Bachelorette and drink rosé. And I'm just like, oh, I like to lead by example with honesty and say things like, sometimes I like to eat popcorn on the toilet. And, whatever. It's not going to get me invited home to meet anybody's parents, but what are we really going for here, you know? I would love to make my own like dating app website called OK Fine. So like you spend enough time on OkCupid, like you're ready to throw in the towel. That's when you go to OK Fine. And that's when they like ask the same kind of question, and then somebody would answer it like, well, my credit score is like 400. And I still kind of talk to my ex, and like my favorite vape juice is grape. Hashtag grape vape. And you're just like, fine. And that's where I got the name from. Yeah. I spend too much time on the internet. It's troubling. I go on Twitter a lot. I have a really inflated ego over like my Twitter followers, which I only have, it's a small number, but I'm like, wow, my posts are getting so many retweets, and I'm really genuinely proud of it. It's problematic in every aspect of my life. But I post things on Twitter that I would never post on Facebook, like things that I don't want my mom's coworkers' internet searches to turn up. I'm like, let me put this here. And a funny thing that happened to me on Twitter was that a woman reached out to me on direct message, and she says, Katie Sirles, that's a very unique name. And I was like, yeah, I know it is. And I was expecting like cereals, like they found me. But she was like, no, I used to have a friend named Katie Sirles, but it was K-A-T-Y, and I'm K-A-T-I-E. And I was like, that's crazy, because a couple years ago, I searched Facebook for a Katie Sirles, and I found one, and we were friends for like a week, and then she unfriended me. And she goes, I wonder if it's the same person. She sent me a picture. She goes, is this her? I said, that's her. And she goes, oh, she didn't unfriend you, she died. And I was like, oh. Okay, now I have to say something nice about this deceased woman who I thought unfriended me and I hated all this time. And I was like, well, when I first saw her picture, I thought, oh, she's the thinner, prettier Katie Sirles. And this girl's response was, LOL, yep. So I was like, now I have to figure out if enough time has gone by where I can make a joke, like a Highlander joke, regarding this woman's friend who passed away. So I typed out, there can only be one, and then I blocked her. Yeah. And I won. And that is true. I say that's true because I don't make up a lot of the things that I say on stage because I'm not a good liar. And I want to tell you guys the best lie that I've ever told anyone. And it was, I was texting my boyfriend at the time, and I had just learned what sexting was. And I was feeling naughty, and I don't know why I said it like that. I'm sorry. That guy loved it though. So anyway, he was away on business, and I had him and his dad in my phone under their last name, Senior and Junior. I sent a text message because I'm not good at sexting. I was like, my butt hasn't been bitten in a while, right? I'm like, that's sexy, right? And I didn't get a response, which is like, it makes sense now that I think about it. I'm like, look what you sent him. Would you respond to that? And I went to look, and I had sent it to Senior instead of Junior. And so my response was, in all caps, ha 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 ha, I meant to send that to my sister. It was a really good lie, you guys. It was a really good lie. You guys have been fantastic. I want to leave you with one thought. Do you guys like dogs? She's like, just my knee-jerk reaction every time I see a dog anywhere. I'm like, oh. I wonder, because I don't have a dog, but I enjoy them on other people. And I wonder, because I take so many pictures of other people's dogs, that like, maybe I could get arrested for good voyeurism. Thank you!